Do-do-do-do-do. All right. Turnabout Revolution. That sounds like a finale if I've ever heard one.
Wright, we can't allow things to go on like this. The Defense Culpability Act has done nothing but produce countless victims of wrongful convictions. The time to act is now, for we, the Defiant Dragons, have obtained the ultimate weapon, the Founder's Orb. And to the Garenian regime, make no mistake about it, I will personally dethrone you. A dragon never yields, nor will he rest until his revolution is complete.
I don't know why the anime segments are always so much quieter than everything else. And yeah, very common, right? Well, they had, I like how in any show like that, it's always in the mountains, right? Like, I think back to Power Rangers, like the action scenes in Power Rangers, but I'm sure a lot of other shows were like that. Or Ultraman, maybe? It feels like they were always fighting in just a very, very gray, like, mountainy backdrop. But so that was... They apparently did make a TV show about the Plumed Punisher. Or no, they already had one. They already had a Plumed Punisher TV show, and he interrupted the broadcast to say... Hey, everybody, we're going to have a revolution. And this concludes our report on the recent television hijacking incident in Kurain. Abandoned factories, too. Interesting. Yeah, no, that wasn't my setup. And if I had thought of it, I would have, like, reached over and, I guess, turned up the sound for you guys. And for me. But really, who could have anticipated such a surprising turn of events? Did you hear that, Polly? Someone hijacked the airwaves over there. It's like something out of a movie. Also, if that was like another country, why would that ever make the news over here in Japanifornia? Like, hey, somebody took over a television station on the other side of the world. Nobody cares. Apollo? Yeah. Dirk, what are you up to this time? Wait a second. Do you know the TV hijacker or something, Apollo? You could say that. But it was a long time ago. You could say that. You could even say that he's my father. But that was a long time ago. And why do you know someone like that? I mean, they're calling him an insurgent. Yeah, about that. Hey now, is that any way to talk about the man who raised you? Huh? Oh, he's here. Hey there, Apollo. Long time no see. How have you been, son? It's that guy who was on TV. Guilty as charged. Surprised to see me, Apollo? I just beamed in from crying, and boy are my arms tired. This can't be happening! I must be dreaming, or hallucinating, or both. No, you're not, Apollo. It's that TV hijacker / insurgent in the flesh. Or in someone else's flesh, somebody could be spirit channeling him. Come on, get with the program, Trucy. It's like you don't even live in this world. Alright. I'm so confused. Mr. Hijacker, sir, I have so many questions, I don't even know where to begin. But let's start with that bit about the man who raised you. Wait, don't tell me. You haven't told anyone about me, son? It's okay to brag about it. Tell everyone your old man's me, the rebel Dirk. I mean, my face is all over TV these days. I'm practically a celebrity. Ha 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 ha. Trucy, what do you say we close up early today? What? Why? Why you had to remind me, Serp. We will have to go back over to nonsense name Narnia. Aw, come on, son. No need for the cold shoulder. I know I'm going to regret this, but... What do you want, Dirk? You just show up here without warning after all this time? What gives? I came all this way to see you, son. Come, rejoice. Right. Why don't you tell me the real reason you're here? Well... Okay, so maybe there's a little something I need your help with, too, but... The fact is, I came here to see you. That's the honest truth. Yes, I think we've established that. Figures. I haven't seen him in 10+ years, and he's already asking for a favor. He really is a rebel in the purest sense. He just does whatever he pleases. Come on, Polly, I need details. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, okay. Hold your horses. First, I've got a few questions of my own. I sure do. Pleased to meet you, little lady. My name is Dirk Sadmati. I'm well, a rebel by trade. A rebel? But on TV, they were calling you an insurgent. So which is it? Personally, I vote for a rebel with a cause. That's not a pun. That's not even close to a pun. What are you doing? Personally, I vote for a rebel with a cause. A real headache for anyone in your way. Trucy. Oh, because he's the head... That's... I don't know about that. Don't know about that joke. Okay. You got me there. I'm the head of a resistance group. The Defiant Dragons. We're like the good, the bad, and the ugly, but without the good part. In Kurain, I'm like the boogeyman. A tall tale parents use to spook their kids straight. That's too bad. You seem like you'd be a fun, cool guy to hang out with. This little lady's a real catch, son. I'm talking bride material, if you get my drift. Objection. No, wait. How old is she now? She's still only 17. Not okay. You're going to jail. Wait, what? Also, I think they're brother and sister. I kind of forget that, too. Oh, stop. You're embarrassing me, Dad. She's a plucky one, all right. Someone pluck me out of my misery. Yeah, okay. Okay, I wasn't wrong. Do they not know that they're brother and sister? Is that also a thing? They're secretly separated at birth or whatever? Who knows? It's been way too long since I played Apollo Justice. Now, about that man who raised you business. What did Mr. Dirk mean when he said that he's the man who raised you, Apollo? The truth is, I grew up in the Kingdom of Kurain. Did I, never mention that to you? Oh, so you grew up in Kurain? But Apollo, isn't that your third crazy backstory? Wait, are you saying you're not from around here, Polly? No, it's just I was raised in Kurain when I was really little. Still, that's a shocker. It's like I hardly know anything about you other than your other two crazy backstories. How come you never told me? Apollo, you really haven't said a word about your past, have you? What, that I was raised by a wanted criminal? It's like a bad joke. It does sound rather melodramatic. I doubt anyone would even believe you. So, you two haven't seen each other in a while, huh? You could say that. I'd wager it's been at least 10 years. Wow. That's a really long time. Yeah, well, I figured he'd forgotten about me. Not a chance. It's just, well, starting a revolution takes time, and keeping it going even more so. And being a wanted man, I couldn't just hop on a plane and come say hello, like I did just now. I get it, it's fine. Though, truth be told, it's weird having Dirk suddenly show up acting all paternal. Dad, I've been busy with trials. To have told anyone about my past would imply my past existed before this game. Schrodinger's backstory. It's not until you started having your revolution that I suddenly had a backstory associated with you. I'd even almost forgotten about crying. No, that's not true. I probably tried to forget about it on purpose. Now then, Mr. Dirk, what is it we can help you with? Look at me, Dad. Be proud of me. I'm a warrior now. What's that? It's my attorney's badge. I can relate. I used to want to show mine off, too. But don't ever show it to anyone in Kurain. They'll run you right out of town the moment they find out you're a lawyer. I wonder how it went for Mr. Wright. Knowing him, he probably flashed his left and right. Can't wait for the next time we're introduced to Apollo's evil twin brother that was really Dahlia Hawthorne's adoptive son and Athena's rival in kindergarten. I do. I always show it to everyone. Or I try to remember to show it to everyone. I need to get my hands on the Founder's Orb, the most sacred treasure of Kurain. That's where you come in. The Founder's Orb? That's what the first case was about, I think. Wait, but didn't you already say... Wait, but didn't you say you already have it in that broadcast of yours? Don't go believing everything you see on TV, little lady. No one's seen hide nor hair of the Founder's Orb for some time. No way! So that was just a bluff? What are you going to do if you don't find it? I don't know. I guess the revolution will be cancelled. Guess that just means we have to find it, son. Because I can't really back down now, can I? Different year, same old Dirk. It has hide and hair. Ew. Gross orb. Different year, same old Dirk. It's all coming back to me now. Hold on. I think I read something about this in the newspaper a while back. Something about you guys stealing a sacred treasure from a temple's treasure room. That's a load of crock. We didn't lay a finger on the orb. Really? Yes. Baseless allegations, all of it. Our enemy has really found a way to keep us on our toes. Oh, so it's like a setup. He looks so goddamn much like the same person. You ask if they want ice cream, they both say yes. I don't even know how it came up, but every time it comes up, I gotta say it. That's the long and short of it. However, my compatriot has gone hot on the orb's trail. And just the other day, his hard work finally paid off. We now know the Founder's Orb is in Kurain Village. Kurain Village? Yes, I hear there are spirit mediums there. They even have direct relations with Kurain. Spirit mediums, right. Some doctor of archaeology there supposedly has the orb. Well, he's gonna die. There haven't been any doctor of archaeology characters, so this is a new character, and he is now dead. That is a dead guy. Archie dead guy. Archie buff? My defiant dragon compatriot has already made contact with him. Apparently, someone asked the doctor to study the orb. So whoever asked him to do that is the real thief? Most likely. And you think this guy will just hand the orb over to you? My compatriot, Dats, says Dr. Buff has already promised to do so. Does it already say in his client profile that he's dead? Dead. Dead. Deceased, age 64. It seems he knew it had been stolen and wanted to do the right thing. Dats. I remember running around with him when I was a kid. So he's here too, huh? Apollo, I want you to be present as my lawyer when I take possession of the orb. Would you do that for me? Nah. I haven't seen you in years. You waltz in here asking for a favor? You have a lot of nerve, you know. Of course we'll help, right, Apollo? Wait, Trucy? Oh, come on. It's not like you have any work anyway. Besides, we're talking about rebels and legendary treasure here. It'll be fun. Why is she always into the things I'm not? Fine, but I'll charge my standard fee. Now tell me about the Founder's Orb. If I remember correctly, the Founder is always depicted as a faceless spirit medium. What do you mean, faceless? Images of the Founder, the Holy Mother of Khura'in, never show her face. To depict it is to commit the greatest taboo in Khura'inism. The greatest taboo, huh? I wonder why. I mean, what could she have looked like to make them hide her face like that? As for the Founder's Orb, it was discovered during an excavation 8 years ago. Freaking, it's gonna be she's a Fae. It's gonna be she's the Fae family, and the royal line is going to end because the Faes are going to take over ruling Khura'in. I get it. I get it. Game over. On to Phoenix Wright 7. Phoenix Wright 7, La Mulana. And has an interesting legend that goes along with it. It's said that there's a riddle to the orb, and that any who can solve it will receive immense spiritual power along with all of the gold. all of the Golden Witch's gold. Sounds like one big fairy tale to me. In any case, it's just what us Defiant Dragons need to get our revolution started. With it, we can gain the spiritual power and... Oh, no, okay. It is Crazy Town. I guess it does work that way. I was about to tell him it doesn't work that way, but I think it probably does. With it, we can gain the spiritual power and thus the legal authority to rule Khura'in. Wait, suppose I believe this legend. Then anyone could become king or queen? And that's why you think it'll help you overthrow the Garan regime? Only the rulers of Khura'in have ever laid eyes on the orb, Apollo. A legendary treasure that bestows immense spiritual power. Doesn't that sound like something you'd want to see with your own 2 eyes? That does sound just a tiny bit intriguing. That's some evidence. There's a big old question mark. That should just about cover everything. Any other questions? Not right now. Ah, I almost forgot. I brought you a present. Eat up, son. Sushi. I figured you probably couldn't afford 3 square meals a day, so... Yay! I was just thinking it was time for lunch. Khura'in is mostly about making stuff up, so yeah, that tracks. The rulers are chosen by the Supreme God, and the Supreme God wouldn't let this orb fall into the hands of a false ruler. That's clearly hamburgers, Apollo. You dig in too, little lady. After all, we're practically family, right? Now wait, is he all... So... No, hold on. Both of them have the same mother, Lamirar, whatever her name is. Isn't Trucy's... was... The, magician guy, Gramarai, whichever Gramarai it was, he's the Is he her real father? And is he also Apollo's father? I want to say they both have the same real father, maybe. Okay, so he's just Apollo's foster father, I guess. We'll figure it out. Thanks, Dad. Those flavor sticks really add to the taste. The salmon sushi's got my name on it. Chomp, chew, chew, chew. Aren't you hungry, son? This is some of the best sushi you'll ever have. And I carried it on the plane with me, apparently, so it's probably gross now. I'm good. Oh, well, okay then. Actually, I have one more present for you. Here. What's this? A picture of... Oh, okay. Alright, so this is Apollo's real father? A picture of your father. It's been 23 years since he passed away. It's been 23 years since he was killed in the murder case that caused the Defense Culpability Act to get passed. And we're going to find his real murderer. I got it. I got it. Salmon, yeah. I have not tried a lot of sushi, but I do like salmon sushi. It's good. This is my father? His name was Jove Justice? Okay. Oh, because Apollo is the Greek god and Jove is the... No, is that right? Are they both from the same... Are they from the same pantheon? Okay, Apollo was part of both Greek and Roman mythology. Jove, or Jupiter, was a different guy. He was the god of sky and thunder in Roman mythology. Okay. I was worried that maybe they were the same guy, but no, they're not. You can tell if it's his father because of the fingerless gloves. Yes, Apollo was born wearing his. I haven't talked to you about your real father in some time, but as you know, he was a musician, a wandering minstrel, if you will. A minstreling wanderer, if you will. And a talented one at that. Why? Why are you giving this to me now? I thought it was sad you didn't know what your old man looked like. I searched high and low to find that one picture. What's wrong, Apollo? Don't you want it? I don't know. I mean, it's not like I ever met the guy. Well, I went through all the trouble of finding it, so go on, take it. And don't ever let it go, you hear? Well, now that our bellies are full, what do you say we hit the road? 1 second. Hey, Trucy, any idea where Athena is? She left early this morning to pick up Daddy from the airport. Does that mean we're actually not going to do anything in Khura'in? The rest of this is going to take place in good old Japanifornia, and we don't have to worry about silliness? Just kidding. We're going to have to worry about silliness. I know it. Oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Wright is coming back today. Yeah, but I wonder why he cut his trip short like that. Anyway, shouldn't they have been back by now? Knowing Athena, she probably got lost and murdered. Well, there's no point sitting around here waiting. Let's get going. I can't wait to see that super mysterious treasure. To Khura'in Village, To Khura'in Village, then. Tsuke Samon, or Tsuke Maguro. The Founder's Orb awaits. Back to Khura'in Village. How long has it been? They got the Amazing Ninetales poster over there. So this is Kurain, the mystical village of spirit channeling. I guess the last time we were here was... It would have been Phoenix Wright 3, Trials and Tribulations. So this is Kurain, the mystical village of spirit channeling, and where ancient traditions come alive. Looks like a really peaceful place. Ah, I love the air here. Nothing beats the mountains, huh, Apollo? Come to think of it. We used to live way up in the mountains too. Just like this. Yeah, this is not Weird Country. This is Kurain Village, where Maya is from. Sure brings back memories. Those were the days. The three of us living happily in peace. See, this is why... This is funny, because... So, I and everybody else refers to the setting of the game as Japanifornia, because in Japan, in the Japanese version, the game takes place in Japan, and in the American version, they don't really specify. They make it seem like it kind of probably takes place in America, although I don't remember if they ever state it, other than in the very first case where there's an issue of, like, time difference between here and Paris. And I think based on that, it's like, oh, okay, so this game does take place in America, not in Japan. I want to say that's the only time it ever comes up. But despite that, there's this Kurain village where, like, everybody walks around, like, wearing kimonos and practicing Shinto and all of this, like, very... very Japanese society that you wouldn't really find in America. So this was the original, like, hey, isn't it kind of silly that all of this, like, very obviously Japanese culture exists in a setting that is supposed to, I guess, be America? And then from there, it only got more and more ridiculous, particularly in Dual Destinies. Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, where they had the... Nine Tails Vale, where it's like, this isn't another country. This is still in the same place, but there's a place that's filled with yokai and stuff. But then, in this game, they went, no. Now there's also this other country called Kurain, where that really is a foreign country. So you go over there, and it's all Japanese, but it's supposed to be a different country than Phoenix Wright lives in. Those were the days. The three of us living happily in peace. I still can't wrap my mind around it all, you know? That Mr. Dirk is not only Polly's daddy, but Prosecutor Sadmati's as well. And the way you two talked about it like it was nothing, the whole bus ride here. I guess it is a lot to take in. So tell me, Mr. Dirk, what was Apollo like as a kid? Oh, he was full of piss and vinegar, he was. A real rascal. He and Nayuda? Nayuda? Oh, I guess that's probably his first name. We just call him Prosecutor Sadmati, but Sadmati is his last name. Nayuda is his first name. He and Nayuda used to run around in the open fields, naked as jaybirds. I've even got pictures of him posing in his birthday suit. I'm sorry, you're not still supposed to have those. You should get rid of them. Whoa, Dirk. No way! Prosecutor Sadmati used to be like that too? The two of them would end up with leeches on their butts and cry like babies. How funny that they're being attacked by ferocious wild vermin. So I just took pictures of them and laughed at them. Dirk, don't you think you've said enough? Oh, you're no fun. Yeah, I always wanted to hear about the misadventures of Polly. Hey, what are you people doing here? Hey, it's Emma. Emma, what are you people doing here? You know this lady, son? Yeah, this is Emma Skye. She's a detective. Technically speaking, I'm a forensics expert, but I'll let it slide. I love the armband. When I called attention to the armband, and then in the very next line, she's like, see, I have the official forensics armband that proves that I'm a forensics expert. Anyway, I can't say I'm surprised to see you here. You always seem to pop up whenever there's trouble afoot. Still, what are the odds of running into you here in the boonies? By trouble, you mean you're investigating a case? Does it look like I'm here to sightsee? Wait, don't tell me. You're not here to see Dr. Buff, are you? Huh? How'd you know that? We're actually on our way to meet him right now, or we would be if he were alive. Figures. Well, follow me. I'll show you the way. Really? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, son. Just follow the nice lady. Okay. It's got like Aztec, what do you call it? Quetzalcoatl? I don't know what. And there's the chalk outline. So this is Dr. Buff's study. Wow, look at all those books. The shelves go from floor to ceiling. It's like a library in here. Yes, and lots of artifacts, too. A true archaeologist paradise. An archaeologist heaven, you might say. An archaeologist died in here and went to heaven, you might say. Look, son, there are so many relics they're spilling onto the floor. What a delightfully amusing room. Huge mechanized dogu. Is that what that... I don't know what those are... Have I seen one of those before? I don't know where I've seen anything like... You know what? It looks kind of like one of the bosses in Final Fantasy XIV. In the Lost City of Scala. A little bit. What a delightfully amusing room. All I see is a mess. And what's with that white outline? Emma, where's the doctor? Well, the thing is, he died last night. Wait, what? It seems an avalanche of books knocked him off his bookshelf ladder. We're labeling it an accidental death. Until we find the murderer. What? Please tell me you're joking. As if I'd come all the way out here for a few laughs, Apollo. Yeah, I guess not. A scholar killed by his own books? Oh man, what do we do now? I mean, how can he transfer ownership of the orb to you if he's dead? Yes, that is a problem. Emma, can you please tell us exactly what happened? After I What do you think you're doing? You can't just poke around without my permission. Up yours. Fine. I'll talk to you first. A ritual used in ancient Japan. It is interesting. So the doctor died in an accident? I received a call this morning saying Dr. Buff had been found dead under a pile of books. This morning? Talk about bad timing. You mentioned that he had fallen off a ladder? Right. We believe he fell from the top of that big ladder there. Apparently, he triggered an avalanche of books while fumbling to reach one. And that sent him headlong on a fatal fall onto the hard floor. How sad. Killed by his own books. But at least he was doing something he loved. For a scholar, I suppose it's kind of like a soldier being killed in the line of duty. You could say he died an honorable death. Emma, who was the first one to discover the body? Let's see this. Oh, yeah, that looks exactly like the the thing. Dogu. Something he loved. Climbing ladders. About that. Whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous. What? It happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police. I can relate to that. Yeah, being a wanted man and all. Now what, Dirk? A dead man can't exactly hand over the orb. We'll just have to find it and steal it. It must be around here somewhere. Just to fill you in, Emma, we're actually here to get something. Can I look around now? No. Pops here had an agreement with the doctor. The doctor was supposed to hand over a sacred relic known as the Founder's Orb. Pops? Oh, I see. That could be a problem, considering he's dead. Do you have a plan B? Kill you? It's not a great plan B, but, you know. I have an agreement in writing. My compatriot Dats should have it. Well, there shouldn't be any problems then. So, who is this gentleman you're escorting? Oh, right, I haven't introduced you yet. This is Dirk. He's from the kingdom of Kurain. All the way from Kurain, huh? So what do you do there? I used to practice law, but I'm taking a break from all that. I'm focused now on making Kurain a better place, though, through volunteer work. Volunteer work, huh? How interesting. Well, it's not technically a lie. So how do you two know each other? Oh, he's sort of my foster father. Come again? Yeah, and he's Prosecutor Sadmati's real father too. What? You mean you? And Prosecutor Sadmati? I'm so sorry. It seems you've had quite a life. Guess she's put a few things together. A few things more than I have. I don't know what's going on there. Don't worry, Volton Phase. They will make that joke as well. Actually, Dirk, you look kind of familiar. Have we met before? Not that I recall. Great. She must have seen that news report on TV. It will really complicate things if she figures out he's a wanted man. There are lots of guys who look like him. Sure you're not mistaking him for someone else? Actually, wait. So just because you're wanted in another country, do we have an extradition treaty with Kurain? Probably not. Are there really? I mean, a middle-aged man with long hair and an eye patch. You don't see that every day. Well, I'm sure you're just imagining things. So what does that sacred relic you're searching for look like? Round? I mean, there's lots of stuff in here that's old and relic-y. Yep, so we're just gonna take it all. Indeed. Unfortunately, I have no idea what it actually looks like. So then how are we supposed to find it? That, I do not know either. We'll just have to go through each candidate one by one. Great plan of attack there, Dirk. Well, Emma, do you mind if we give this room a once-over? I guess not. But in exchange, you're going to help me with my investigation. Sure, it can't hurt. Ooh, I can't wait to get started. It'll be like hunting for buried treasure. Founder's Orb, I found it. Sneakers. There are a few pairs of shoes here. I guess there must be an entrance on this floor too. As you know, everybody has shelves to put shoes on here in Japanifornia. Yeah, there's a back door over that way, but it's usually locked from what I can tell. The visitor's entrance is up that spiral staircase. That's the way we came in. Oh! Oh, there's more stuff. Okay, only two panels. Gojira. A coffee maker. And I didn't click on the coffee maker. Don't be ridiculous. A coffee maker and a bunch of coffee cups. He must have taken his coffee breaks here. Oh, there's a filter with old coffee grounds in here. Guess I better clean this up. What are you doing there, son? Ah! What am I doing, cleaning this office? Don't tell me they have you on coffee duty back at your office. A dinosaur-shaped coffee maker. No, it's just, if I don't keep the place clean, no one will. That's really not an option. Oh, look, it's the... So, I guess I keep referring to things that are in the other games, but if Pitch is here and he might play through the Phoenix Wright games, I probably shouldn't say too much. Because this, of course, this is in one of the other games. With the Shichishito. It's hard to say. Shichishito. It's a golden statue. Looks pretty old, too. I imagine it has great archaeological value. Maybe too great for a private researcher of Dr. Buff's caliber. I wonder how he got his hands on something like this. And there's the jar. The urn. Ami. Why is someone's name written on here? It's also a weapon from Final Fantasy Legend 2. Where have I seen... Is there a magic card called Shichishito? Or no, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of the Hydra. Shichifukujin dragon. Maybe it's so if it ever got lost, someone could return it to its owner. You know, like how school kids put their names on things. Yeah, but this is just an urn, and the name is written so big. Well, I wrote my name on my magic panties. It says Wright in super big letters. The less said about this, the better. Yeah, I imagine if you were playing it in English, then maybe they don't call it Shichishito. Oops, this is actually going to be important. Research Notes 21. Look, it's one of the doctor's notebooks. Maybe there's something about the orb in there. Oh, some of these were relevant to the earlier cases. Or was this whole... Have we seen this whole poem before, or just the first 2 lines? I don't remember. It's a photo of the treasure box, the one from Temple's treasure room. These must be his research notes on the Founder's Orb. What's that on the right page? It looks like a poem or something. Let's see. Oh, it's the song that's performed during the Dance of Devotion. That's right. It's been sung during Kurai's rites of offering since ancient times. Oh, I think I've heard of that. There's also a legend associated with the song. Some say the solution to the orb's riddle is contained therein. It's in a song everyone in Kurai knows? Not much of a way to keep it secret. It's called Hiding Secrets in Plain Sight, Polly. Us magicians know all about that. Huh. That's strange. What is? Dr. Buff's notes contain the second half of the song. Okay, so I was right. There's only, we only saw this part before, not the second half. Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return, Descending upon us in all her glory, the founder bestows the greatest power known. Only the first half is sung during the Dance of Devotion. Most people haven't even heard the second half. The second half? As in the part that begins, "Offer thy prayers"? I'm impressed. That's some thorough research he was conducting. There are animal drawings on the floor. They look like those famous geoglyph things. They remind me of the chalk outlines detectives draw around bodies. And the doctor's has just joined them. Now that's what I call dedication to one's field. I don't think it was on purpose. Oh, and this is an example of a relief, which came up yesterday in Octopath Traveler. What a huge wall relief. It seems to depict a spirit channeling. Hey, this spirit medium looks like the Holy Mother of Khura'in. Yeah, her face was left blank, but the rest is clearly detailed and well crafted. Did you know some researchers claim that the Holy Mother had 3 eyes? She was a Garlean. I already made that joke, I think, because I think they said this before. And that her 3rd eye was able to divine the truth, just like the gods above. It is said to be on her forehead. Like you said, you shouldn't believe everything you hear. It's a spiral staircase. And it's connected to a hallway up there. Why'd they have to place the 2nd floor so high up? Wait, you're not afraid of heights, are you? Oh, well. Oh, Polly's hilarious around high places. He gets all wobbly, like a baby deer taking its first steps. And his face turns as green as a watermelon. It's not nice to make fun of people's phobias, you know. Come to think of it, the visitor's entrance is on the 2nd floor. What an odd layout for a house. Suitcase. That's one big suitcase. It's locked. Is it the doctor's? No, someone left it here last night. So the doctor might have had a visitor. But how can you tell? I googled it. That sticker there, you only see those on airport luggage, which means its owner is likely from overseas. Is there any way to figure out who it belongs to? Not unless we can open it to see what's inside. I guess not. Oh, who is this? Ha ha ha. Ah ha ha! That's because you're not me. Emma Skye, forensics expert extraordinaire. Oh, it was her laughing. Try as you might, you won't find the word impossible in my forensics handbook. Is she okay, son? It's like she became an entirely different person. It's just what happens when her forensics switch gets flipped. With this, identifying the suitcase's owner will be as easy as pie, or it would be if we hadn't just touched it and confirmed that it was locked. So our greasy fingerprints are all over the important parts. Is that fingerprint powder? That's right, and there's no better time than the present to use it. Here we go. That's what I thought she was going to do. You remember how to do this, right? I apply the powder to wherever I think folks here. Give it a guess. Have at it. Now, why would I expect to find prints on a suitcase? No prints on the handle, huh? Okay. Oh, there's another handle right here. No, the hand. Give... How might someone handle a suitcase? Start by considering what you do with them. Well, besides being wheeled or carried, they can be opened and closed. So I should look for prints that would be left at those times. Okay, fine. Oh, that's the wheels. No? Whoops. I wish the... Well, I guess the other handle does have... That handle has fingerprints on it, but they're like, no, those are no good. They're not clear enough. Hang on. Let me try this again. No good. Did I try this handle? This looks like the thing that you push in order to open it, right? It's gonna be like up here or something. No. Oh, alright. Okay. Hey, I've got a pretty clear print here. Okay, now let me know who you think it could belong to. It'd have to be someone who would have paid Dr. Buff a visit. There we go. And yeah, the little dusting thing does look kind of like the Japanese earwax picker. We have a match. Dats. Come to think of it, he did stop by to see the doctor, didn't he? To conclude the orb transfer agreement. Mimikaki. I've never heard the word. That's ear stick, right? Kaki. Kaki might be stick. So he's the one who forgot his suitcase here. Where do you suppose he is now? Haven't heard from him in a while, and he's not answering his phone. Wait, you don't think he left his phone inside his suitcase, do you? I wouldn't put it past that knucklehead. Actually, I think we may have run into him earlier. Really? A suspicious man. Oh, okay. Kaku, to pick. So kaki is the noun form. I don't know why I thought it was stick. Pick or scratch. A suspicious man had been reported in the area. But when my officers approached to question him, he took off like a shot. What? Sorry about that. Koreanese people aren't all like him, I swear. Well, he's probably still in the village somewhere. Maybe he knows something about the orb. I keep examining. Can I look at this? Is this a bird? Is this a bird? It looks like an airplane to me. No, there couldn't have been any planes back when this was made. Yes, but it has wings, and both horizontal and vertical stabilizers. That makes it an airplane. No, it's definitely a bird. Open your eyes, son. As a lawyer, your job is to see the true nature of things. Still say it's a bird. There's some sort of machinery inside this clay figure. Whoa, it's moving! And it has a kunai. Exterminate, exterminate, destroy all targets. So we got a Doctor Who reference. Scrape, grind. Do I even want to know what this thing is for? You know what else they kind of... I wonder if... Okay, in Final Fantasy XI, there were golems that had kind of the same shape. And I think they were also made of clay. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I don't know, were they called Clay Doll? Was that it? No. Oh well. Worry about it later. Oh, I clicked on it again. Oh, you know what? Let me look at this Rosetta Stone over here. Nope, already did, apparently. Doesn't count. There's a brown stain on this scroll. Why does it smell like gravy? Why would there be a gravy stain on it? Who knows? But it looks like it's meant to be there. Maybe the artist was trying to inspire a gravy new trend. Food splatter art. That pun... Oh, come on. We already got the reference. We already got the Phoenix Wright 3 reference. Alright. A computer... This PC is password protected. Trucy, think your magic can do something about this? I don't think it can override a password. Now, a locked desk, that I could get into. Like yours back at the office, Polly. Yikes. Better watch what I put in there. Dogu Senshi in Dragon Quest IV has the same shape. The figure appears in a lot of games, actually. So it's curious that it has a real historical significance, I guess. What? Do you put weird stuff in your desk? Stuff you don't want anyone to see? Jeez, are you a mind reader too? No, but unlocking your thoughts is a cinch. Ah, there's the orb. I found it. The doctor fell from the... Again, I didn't click on that. I didn't click on the ladder. I clicked on this. The doctor fell from the top of that ladder. Are we going to argue about whether it's really a step ladder? From that height, a fall onto a hard surface would probably kill anyone. Possibly. Head first? Okay, head first, yes. I don't know why anyone would want to climb that high in the first place. Guess you could say he climbed it all the way to heaven. It's a two-tone raincoat. It's still a bit damp. I think someone might have worn it recently. Okay. There's a pair of glasses on this little pyramid here. They belong to the doctor. Scientifically speaking, they appear to be your ordinary run-of-the-mill glasses. And he's climbing a ladder to heaven. I guess they don't pique her interest, scientifically speaking. What What do the books say? American history and world history. One book each. So this is where Dr. Buff died. Poor man. He fell right on his head and probably died almost instantly. I see some blood on the book there, but what's that dark stain? It appears to be coffee. It's still damp, so it must have gotten on there recently. Perhaps even last night. It's a mighty big window he's next to. Big enough for someone to see inside. Exactly. That's how the local resident who reported his death found him to begin with. How was coffee spilled on the... Well, okay, he could have spilled coffee on the book before dying, like, separately. The doctor's body was visible from outside the window. And a passerby called in earlier this morning to report what they'd found. So you mean this case is still only a few hours old? That explains why your investigation is just getting underway. Alright, so that's everything. It's been a long time since I've seen any of the Naked Gun movies, but that does sound like a joke that they would do. Have the chalk outline and also draw the geoglyphs. It seems the orb isn't here. That means Dots might be our only lead at this point. Detective Sky said he might still be here in the village. We should try to find him. Are we gonna run into Pearl now? Good day to you, citizens of Karain Village. My name is Paul Addison? Paul Attition. No, come on. Come on. We're out. We're gone. We made it out. We made it out of Karain. And they're still doing the really awful puns. Although at least Paul is a name. Paul Attition. Also, have you seen the Dogen video where he was talking about how they do political advertisement in Japan? That they, like, will go around in cars, like, shouting from a loudspeaker at, like, 6 in the morning about, like, why you should vote for them. And I like, most of the things on his channel, I feel like he's being serious. Like, he really means this is a real thing that happens. Wow, that's really loud. Look, something's coming this way. Paul Attition, savior of Karain, has come to... Ah, it's you people! Apollo? What is that strange conveyance coming this way? It's one of those... What do you call them? Palanquins? So, you finally left Dr. Buff's house. What were you doing there? What a bunch of shady-looking characters. And you aren't? So I take it you knew the doctor? What a foolish question. I've memorized the names and faces of the entire electorate here in Karain. Are they a democracy? I thought that was why they had the whole head family, branch family, and it's a matriarchy. They totally don't elect people. What are you doing? This guy sucks. He probably did it. I've memorized the names and faces of the entire electorate here in Karain. After all, I am the man who's destined to be the king of this fine nation. Do you vote for the king? I don't think this guy knows what's up at all. Also, he needs a voice, I guess. Is he gonna get Byakuyu's voice? After all, I am the... No, he doesn't look like that. I don't know. I can't think of any voices. After all, I'm the man who's destined to be king of this fine nation someday. Who are you? And what do you mean, king? Ignorant fools. He says ignorant fools. He's asking for the Byakuya voice. Ignorant fools. I am the politician. No, I don't like it, though. I don't like his face. He can't have Byakuya's voice. The hairstyle is very shogunate. I am a soon-to-be eminent politician, a man whose name will go down in history. You should be ashamed that you've never heard of me before. Is he really that famous of a politician, Apollo? Not that I know of. Yeah, my LaBelle voice was also my Byakuya voice. If we go way back to Danganronpa 1. And my, from Harufu Boyfriend. Shirogane? Yeah, Shirogane, the stuck-up rich bird. They all get the same voice. Just like Wright bringing... You can't just bring democracy. You don't just show up and go... Well, I mean, I guess you can if you're America. I'm running for a seat on the local council right now. I guess even Jerk Q Public has to start somewhere. But my election is a sure thing, I'm told. After all, my grandfather was a famous politician with untold influence. In short, I'm the chosen one, the golden boy, the powerhouse of politics. And rider of his grandfather's coattails. Are you blinded by my majesty? Go ahead, bask in the resplendent glory that is me, the chosen one. Sure. I'm so important, I'm going to maybe have a seat on the local council of this tiny nowhere town someday. Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think that's who he is. Ah! A pleasant day to you, good people of Kurain. I am politician. It's time to reclaim the glory of Kurain. Together! A convenience store on every corner, a karaoke bar in every home. A vote for politician is a vote for a happier, hopier Kurain village. Turn off that infernal racket, you fool! You're a stain on your grandfather's good name. Thank you, good sir. Your support is appreciated as always. I guess he's one of those people who only hears what they want to hear. It's not even a microphone, it's just a stick with a bag over the end. In other words, he's a model politician. A convenience store on every corner. Is that even beneficial? Now, where was I? Oh, right. You were in the doctor's house. Just what in the world were you doing in there, See, he immediately seems too incompetent to be the real murderer. He'll be annoying. He'll show up at the trial to annoy us with his testimony, but he's not the murderer. Not for this case. For case 5, for the final case, it's not this guy. This guy's small potatoes. Anyway, it is 9 o'clock, pretty much on the dot, so we will wrap up here. I will be streaming some more tomorrow. I never know when I'm going to start on Sundays. Probably not the same time. I'll probably be starting an hour or two later than my other streams, but we will... Whoops, that's not how you save. This is. If a block's only big enough for 4 buildings, are they all convenience stores? Alright, so that's going to be it for tonight. Tune in tomorrow if you want for more Phoenix Wright. And it's probably... Last case is going to be long. It's going to take at least all of next week to finish it up. We'll see. A few weeks later than usual. I try not to disappear anymore. Right? Because there have been a couple of times in the past when I've been like, okay, and I'll probably stream, not tomorrow, but the day after. And then I'm gone for like 3 months. That's happened a couple of times. I think we're done with that, though.